Welcome back to the Hyder Center. We apologize for some technical difficulties, but we are back in action. Prep already out of the gate, up 6-0 after Bryan called the timeout. We start things off with Wolkuth going against Casey O'Malley to the inside. Lamquani gets the first points of the day.
Yeah, that's just straight dominance right there in the paint by Lamquani. Taking the one-on-one with Jungers, and I feel like we're going to see a lot of that today.
He averages 19 points per game and had quite a bit of points as last night as Martell Evans gets the back bust, can't even talk, bucket to go. 8-2 Jays.
Yeah, Martell Evans really struggled last night in the West Side game. I think he had 2 points, got in foul trouble early in the first quarter, and basically didn't play the whole second quarter.
Here's a takeaway by Rishel. Newbill won't get the layup to go, but it will stay with Prep. It looks the ball might have bounced off of a bare leg.
Yeah, I really like the Jays are coming out and playing with confidence. They were very mad the way they played last night.
Yeah.
I bet Coach Lukey told them that in the locker room at halftime and on the bus ride home. So they're coming out and playing with confidence today.
Rishel won't get the basket from the far side corner, and now here come the Bears. Up toward the basket, won't get it go. Great rebound by Martell Evans.
3-on-2 here. We got a little 3-on-2 offense here, pushing it in transition.
Newbill, Rishel from the near corner, off the mark. Rebound by Quaney.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that if you're Rishel, though. You've gotten 2 clean looks. Just a matter of time before they start falling.
That's true. Now here's London Williams. Outside corner, Terrell Brown, who didn't look like he expected the pass, as the bucket gets the go by Amari Bynum.
Yeah, that was pretty nice, just straight up penetration by the Bryan Bears there. You just got by everyone, nice little teardrop floater.
Hopefully get more points off the board as Prep started at the game with a 6-0 as Jungers didn't take the shot. Evans the Prep office trying to work her.
Great defense by Bryan here, not letting them penetrate, especially with Martell Evans, not letting them get anything easy on the inside early.
O'Malley. Evans looking for the corner, still won't get it to go. Now finds another crease and gets it to go.
Yeah, that's what he needed to do last night, and just I guess didn't really have the confidence. But he's found his confidence today.
Sure really has 4 points to start things off. London Williams going against Newbill. Quaney will take a 3, too strong. Reaching rebound by O'Malley. Now here comes Jungers, mismatched size, and gets it stripped away by London Williams.
Yep, I do agree with the ref there. That was basically an all-ball play, and I know Jungers kind of looked like he got fouled there, but I agree with that call. Just straight played ball.
Yeah. O'Malley to inbound. Finds Rishel. Gets the ball stripped away, but it will stay with Prep. London Williams there to make the strip.
Yeah, I'm really, really surprised by the Bryan Bears defense here. They're not letting Prep get anything easy, not even letting them get the ball inbounded there.
After Prep got up 6-0 and they called the timeout when we got out of the air, they seriously tried to clean it up as Newbill won't get the shot to go, and here's London Williams.
Yeah. Bryan's doing a good job kind of speeding Prep up, not letting them play at their own pace. Prep's got to start playing their pace and control this game a little more.
Mari Bynum to the outside. Gets it the basket to go. Terrell Brown.
That's a great shot. You know, sometimes you put it up and they go in. That was great. That was a great shot.
Yeah. Now for the outside pass. Newbill O'Malley won't take the shot. Will go to the inside and gets fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, that's a fantastic penetration by O'Malley. The swing around the key, pump fakes the 3 because ladies and gentlemen, he can shoot the 3. I'm going to tell you that. But I mean, great penetration. He could have kicked it out, but goes up and draws the foul.
Gets the first point from the line, and Evan Knight comes into the game.
Yeah, the Junior Jays. I'm glad Casey's making his free throws early. The Junior Jays have really struggled from the free throw line this year, so it's good seeing them make their free throws early because in this game they might need it down the stretch.
And O'Malley will get
both free throws.
And Josh Townley will be coming into the game.
I do like this look from Coach Luke. He's doing basically a 2-high man look. He's going to have Luke kind of run the 4 here. And he's going to have maybe a 4. You can still run the 4-out offense and have Townley play the big man role in the paint.
Garrett Baller checks into the game. Terrell Brown working against them at night. The inside, Kwani fakes out Jungers a little bit to the outside. Take 3-point shot. Amari Bynum. Too strong. It'll go out of bounds up the top of the baseboard.
Yeah, I mean, that 3 I feel like was kind of forced. He felt like he had to take it. He probably could have swung it around and got a little bit more of a look from his other teammates, but.
Emmett Knight to start things off. Working against Matt Tutt, who checked into the game, as Jungers will take the mid-range shot. Won't get it to go. It's a rebound, I believe, to Amari Bynum.
Bryan's really controlled the defensive rebounds. They haven't really allowed Prep because Prep's kind of been falling down in transition.
Step back 3, gets the go.
Wow. I don't know if that was a little bit of maybe an ankle breaker or maybe a little of a push off. But hey, that was one of those things you don't see every day, ladies and gentlemen.
What a shot by Lam Kwani. 3-point game. Rishol tonight. This Bryan side has been really amped up here late in the first quarter. Knight out to Rishol. Knights.
Yeah, the Junior Jays got to calm down here. They got to play their game and play their offense.
Townley against 2 guys gets them to go.
That's what they're going to need to do all game, Alex. They got to be able to play their pace and calm this crowd down. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's more parents here from Bryan than there are in the prep student section.
That's what I'm saying. Won't get the dunk to go by Matt Tutt, but he'll go to the line as he'll get fouled, I believe, by Joey Rishol.
Yeah, that's a great job penetrating there, but draws the foul. Rishol with a little bit of a hard foul, but just trying to play as much defense as he could with the size disadvantage.
Tutt too strong on the free throw. Start things off, and
yeah, the way Prep is going to win this game, they got to be able to limit the turnovers, and they got to get on the offensive rebound. I know they're running a 2-high look with Townley and Jungers here, but they got to get involved with the rebound game. They really struggled last night in Westside with getting some second chance points, and they had opportunities too, but they just got shut down.
Matt Tutt misses both of his free throws previously as Jungers for 3, pure. Luke Jungers. We only had 12 points against Westside yesterday. He was going into the game against Bellevue East rather with 20 plus points in 3 straight games. Gets it to go there as Rishol there to make the turnover, and now here comes Jungers. Yeah,
I think Rishol plays basically the best defense on the team as a guard. He will suffocate you when he goes out and guards you, and he is not afraid to play hard defense at all.
Evans lays down the hammer. 10-point lead here in the late first quarter.
Raise the roof for him. The bird cage. Yeah. We don't have a big cage here today, but hey, they love that dunk by Martell Evans.
Oh yeah. Traveling violation call. I believe that's Terrell Brown there to cause the foul. Some of the Bryan coaches and fans might not like that, but nonetheless, if you're a Prep fan, you really have to be amped up. Martell Evans, who was a little cold the past few games, just there to knock down some shots of that huge dunk.
Yeah, it really, really kind of gave the Junior Jays some momentum, getting that dunk, and then getting a travel call. Just put him up by 10 with 12 seconds left in the quarter here. Emmett Knight's going to ISO.
Yeah. See what he can do. Goes inside the three-point line. Jungers, 5 seconds. Jungers, Kwani there to bump into him. A little straight shot. Townley to pick it up. Won't get it to go. I don't know if the basket would have counted anyway. Nonetheless, it's 19-9 game at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We welcome you back to the Hyder Center here. Alex Tejan Jackson Coho with you here today at Prep. They were up by at least 3 at one point in the second half, or first half, or first quarter, I should say. And they were able to make it a 19-9 game here.
Yeah, the Junior Jays have really, Bryan went on a little bit of a run when Prep got 10 points, and Bryan had 4. Went on a little bit of a run, closed it down to 2 or 3 points, but it's been all Prep since then. Jungers and Martell basically providing the energy. Jungers with a pretty deep 3, and Martell with the poster dunk, basically. It's provided a little momentum for the Junior Jays. The Bryan crowd here got into a little bit, and so is the Burger Cage, so we're in for a good game.
Jungers averages about 17 points per game. Martell about 15 points per game as we start the second quarter. We start off with Garrett Ballard. Lamquani won't get the basket to go. Rebound Rishel. This is the Evan Knight. Jungers won't take the 3. Now back to Martell Evans.
Yeah, they're playing in transition here. I think they're going to slow it down. Never mind. Luke Jungers with the 3.
Oh,
won't fall. Offensive rebound. Back up to Rishel.
And gets it to go. Well, no, not. Wrong choice of words. Not go. Garrett Ballard gets the rebound instead, I should say. Nonetheless, Matt Tutt. We start off with working against Jungers, and Lamquani won't get the board, will get the offensive rebound. Now here's Garrett Ballard off the mark, and who was it off? It was off Prep. Stays with Bryan.
Yeah, I noticed the Bryan offense has kind of revolved around Kwani this season. Him and his little brother have been kind of basically the offense. His brother shoots 50% from the 3-point line. Kwani averages 19.4, basically a double. He almost averages a double-double, ladies and gentlemen. And also averages 1.2 assists and shoots 47% from basically field goal range. So he's Bryan's heartbeat at this point. They do run a little bit of a ball screen with him. They're going to play him down low in the paint on Jungers, but he's, I guess, in charge with Jungers today.
Swish made. Garrett Ballard there to make it an 8-point game. Maybe try to get this back in the game, but let's see how it goes. Emmett Knight gives it to Evans.
Yeah, Prep needs to play their pace. They've kind of got sped up, and that's one of the things Bryan had to do to win this game.
Jungers gets the 2-point long shot to go, makes it back to a 10-point game.
A little bit of a half-court trap by the Junior Jays. See if they can force a little bit, have Bryan make some ill-advised passes, and see if they can kind of speed up Bryan in a sense.
Shot kind of what Jungers did by Amari Bynum. Won't get it to go, however. And now here's Emmett Knight. Evans going to the inside, going against 2 big fellas. Won't get it to go. Whistle is blown. It will go to the Bryan Bears.
I think that foul is on Martell. He tried to get his. Oh, no, it was on Townley, excuse me. Martell tried to go up and get his own rebound after that little bit of a forced shot, but I like what I'm seeing Martell. He didn't play well last night. He didn't have any confidence. Comes back today, has 6 points, I believe, and is kind of building his confidence back up from these last couple games.
Bynum will be called for travel. Bynum doesn't really like it, but
take it.
Yeah.
But I can see the frustration in Bryan's coach, so I completely get it.
Evans up to Townley, over to Emmett Knight, over to O'Malley who just checked in, back to Townley.
The Junior Jays are going with a 5-out look here with their. I think they have subbed Jungers out, and they're going with the 5-out look. See if they can get Josh Townley, a shot from the 3-point line, because he can't shoot it.
Oh yeah, so you see tall big guys shoot it, as like what Jungers did earlier, and remember last year we saw AJ Rollins. He never shot from 3, as Emmett Knight will take the 3 right here. Too strong, goes to the rebound. I believe that was Matt Tutt.
Yeah, I like how Bryan's getting on the defensive board early. No Junior Jays are really kind of crashing the glass there. One of them did. I think it was Martell Evans. Try to get the board, but
Lamquani there to make the basket over quite a few defenders and gets the basket to go. He has quite a bit of points as O'Malley beats Lamquani and gets the basket to go.
Yeah, Lamquani there on their offensive possession, kind of making Josh Townley look small, but ladies and gentlemen, Josh Townley is not small.
Oh no,
you see him in the hallways at school, and He's 6'8", and he looks like a giant roaming the hallways. I think he's gonna hit. I feel like he's gonna hit his head on a doorway here in a couple, in a month or so. I don't know. The guy's huge.
London Williams out to bat tuck. Trying to pass it over. Won't corral it. Junior J basketball. Looked like it was Amari Bynum there to make the
maybe a little bit of a push by Rieschel, but falls for it, and he tries to do the good old throw it off their shin, get your possession back, but doesn't get it. Prep's going back in. They're subbing in. Back in O'Malley, PJ Newbill, and Joey Rieschel, kind of going back with their starting five here, except with Emmett Knight.
Yep. You've seen Emmett Knight quite a bit in the past few games, as I believe Matt Tutt will get the foul, I believe, on as PJ Newbill will be getting who got fouled.
Yeah, and Huebner's going to check in for Rieschel here. And
yep.
Huebner came off the bench last night in the Westside game and had quite a bit of points. I mean, the Junior Jays all around didn't play well, but that was one of the bright spots in last night's game.
Huebner did show what he could do against Westside. As let's see what he can do. As Newbill will take a three off the mark. Malley comes in and it won't get it to go, unfortunately. Great athletic play by him as London Williams takes the ball.
Yeah, Casey O'Malley wanted that Sports Center top 10 putback dunk there, but it's just out of his reach. London
Williams to the outside. Knight got a hand on it, but it will stay with Bryan.
Yeah, I love that defense from Emmett Knight. He's an underclassman. He's only a sophomore. He's playing valuable minutes on varsity this year. He's played in some spots where they needed him, and he's played great.
He's in my English class. He loves talking about basketball. As there he is, working against Terrell Brown. Trying to find a seam, gets a screen. Terrell Brown gets it to the hoop. Great play by him.
That was a great high ball screen there to open up the look. There was no rule. I think it was more of a pick and pop type of look, but he found a crease and took it as soon as he saw it.
O'Malley taking it easy, approaching 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Jungers working against Kwani. Jungers won't get the ball to go as Kwani gives it over.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see a lot of those post moves here in the late first half, second half. So Jungers has got to be able to win those battles, though.
Yep. Let's see. He will have some competition, especially if Lam Kwani is in the game, along with guys like Amari Bynum, or Lam Kwani, who's 6'7", or some people like Amari Bynum is 6'4".
Yeah, me and Alex are up here in the booth, and I'll tell you what, Lam Kwani looks huge down on that court. So
to the outside, it's a three by Amari Bynum, gets it to go.
Yeah, Bryan's going on a little bit of a run. They've closed this game to 5 points. Close out this first half. The Junior Jays need some momentum going to the locker room. They really struggle with that.
Huebner taken outside, Martell Evans. Now here's Newbill. Trying to go against some of the guys. It'll be going to Bryan after the ball goes out of bounds. Newbill did not like that call.
Yeah.
Instead, it'll be going the other way. Down by 5, Bryan is. Yeah,
they're kind of sagging off a little bit of Newbill here today. I mean, he could shoot the mid-range. He's kind of struggled this season from 3, but I'm going to be honest, when he gets hot, I play pickup basketball with him at lunch, and if when he gets hot, he's hot. He'll shoot from anywhere on the court, so I wouldn't leave him open for too long.
Lam Kwani goes around Rieschel, and now it's back to a 3-point game as Prep was up 23-13 and 19-9 at half. Now here's Huebner. Evans. PJ Newbill. Take the inside and take the shot. Pure.
Yep, there it is. I mean, they're like, when I tell you they're sagging off, they're playing him at the free throw line. I mean, I don't really get the defense behind that, but I mean, I wouldn't let him get open shots like that. He'll hit them most of the time.
Garrett Ballard takes the handoff inside, but won't get the basket to go. It'll be Prep basketball. I believe that was Wool Kuth to try to go up to get the easy basket. It won't get it to go, and instead it'll be out of bounds going to Bryan, or by Bryan going to the Junior Jays.
Yeah, I mean, that's just great ability. That's just
Newbill, Huebner. Approaching a minute here in the half, 25-20, as Rieschel will take a deep three. Pure! Joey Rieschel there to make it now an 8-point game. And that, as you said, try to go to the locker room, and we have Fallon Newbill.
That's kind of him and Jungers are prep sharpshooters. They'll shoot from anywhere on the court where they're hot. And Rieschel has shown his bright spots. Last night he had 11 points in that West Side game. Shot the 3-ball. He shot it well. He didn't shoot it really, really good. But
not as he usually been.
This season he shot it well. He's been kind of that go-to spot-up guy for prep.
You see it on here on CPSN, and you know what he does best. As now approaching 40 seconds, Evans will probably will now here's Newbill. He might take his time as we're under 30 seconds.
Yeah, I do like this. I like this call. I think they're gonna let I think they're gonna let Martell ISO, I think, here to end this quarter. They got 20 seconds left. I think they're gonna let Martell try to do his thing. Coach Lutke's holding up his hands. He's getting ready to he's gonna tell him here when they're gonna go run this play. Now they're gonna run it. Jungers gonna come to the high ball screen.
Ball gets knocked away. Evans there to pick his own turnover, and now goes into the hoop. And that'll be the end of the half. Evans.
Oh,
no.
I thought it was gonna go in, Alex. I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, great half.
So too,
great half from the Junior Jays, getting a little bit close. Bryan closing that 5-point lead, but the Junior Jays back on top by 10, 30-20 here at the Hydro Center.
We'll be back at the second half. We welcome you back to the Hyder Center. Prep up 30-20 over Omaha Bryan alongside Jack Coho, and I'm Alex Tejan. We welcome you back as players start shooting around to get the second half about under 2 minutes from being underway. Jack, first half notices we've seen Evans, who he's been quiet and cold past few games that we've been hearing. Now here he is with this building up, and hopefully we'll see more of him, or tell more of his name here in the second half.
For Prep, it's kind of been, there's really been no standout guy so far. It's kind of been a collaborative team effort. Right now, I'd say the two guys that are kind of leading the charge are Jungers, probably Jungers and Risho, and a little bit of Martell Evans. Martell's he's the one penetrating and kicking everything out, kind of disorganizing this Bryan defense. For Bryan, it's been the guy it's been for them all season. Lam Kwani had a little bit of an ankle breaker on Jungers that we'll probably see a little later. Maybe you might see it on Twitter, you might see it on Instagram, you never know. But yeah, that was a step back, breaks Jungers, step backs to the 3-point line, hits the three. Kind of makes Jungers look a little silly, but it doesn't matter if you're up by 10. So
still doesn't matter. I mean, Jungers has been playing a pretty good basketball. Not the best performance against the West Side at Bellevue East, but had 20 points, over 20 points against Millard South, Fremont, you name it, and then future Omaha Maverick.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, Luke committed. Obviously, Luke has a lot of talent, and I think he'll flourish. Coach Luke's son actually plays at UNO. I think he's played a lot more this year than he has in previous years. He was part of that magical 2018 team with Cole, and
he's at UNO too.
He is at UNO too, and they're kind of getting a little reunion together there. But that was a very special 2018 team.
Fun seeing athletes. Head coach Josh Lukey was played at UNO. Now we have Kyle Lutke and Nicole Rope, who were there part of the magical 2018 season. Now Luke Jungers, and even notable faces from high school basketball like Frankie Fiddler over at UNO as well.
Yeah.
But back over here, 10-point lead Prep has. We start off with O'Malley to the outside, Evans. Take it to the inside over Kwani, and the ball will go out of bounds, remaining with the Jays.
Yeah. You gotta like the pace the Junior Jays are playing with today. They've gotten back to their roots. The 5 out, or the 4 out, 1 in, with Jungers running the one in the post. I mean, but yeah, right now they're running a little bit of a 5-out hybrid. I mean, they're having Jungers kind of set off-ball screens and post up Kwani and try to get different looks.
Jungers over Kwani, just outside of the reach for the basket. Go ahead.
You got to like that aggressiveness from Jungers right out of the gate. He's got to be able to win those matchups a little bit today, though. He's won a couple, but a lot of them have gone Kwani's way. Kwani with the 3, and he gets it.
How about it? I mean, 6'7" guy. He has to be a huge guy, and now here he is making threes, and now it's a 7-point game.
A little bit of a – he's a big man that'll shoot the 3 ball. He's a little bit like Jungers, but Jungers can shoot from see the Junior J logo there on the ground. He'll shoot from the Junior J logo. Kwani's more of a back to the basket type of guy.
Newbill O'Malley gets the assist from Newbill and knocks it down from 3.
Yeah, that's a great shot by Casey O'Malley. Junior J's going with a little bit of a see if they can get a nice little half-court trap here. Aggressive defense. They had signs of life. Kwani again from 3.
No, off the mark. A rebound to Casey O'Malley. And we wouldn't be surprised, especially if they're down by 10. People like Lam Kwani would just go outside and just chuck up the threes. Sometimes they go in. Yeah, sometimes they just don't.
He's been their guy today that's kind of shot the 3 ball. There's been a couple other guys here and there that have shot the 3 ball, but not as well as he has.
Jungers over, as we said, Kwani makes it 35-23.
Junior J's kind of going with a little bit of a press, not much a full court, but kind of picking up a
3-quarter line, trying to get a nice little turnovers. There's one there.
A lot of guys down on the deck. Instead, now goes with the Jays. Jungers. Stand still. Now here's Newbill. Trying to find some people. Switching up on the Bears D and goes knocked out of bounds. It looks like it was Kwani who was the last one to touch it.
Yeah, they're trying to get Jungers a one-on-one with Kwani. I mean, it'll go in some of the times, but I kind of like if they can get Kwani on the perimeter a little bit, maybe run a 5 out. They kind of have him on the perimeter right now, but he's going to come out. He's playing Jungers at the three-point line. Like, you kind of have to with Jungers, but
Jungers over Kwani and some other defenders. Gets it to go. Back-to-back baskets for Luke Jungers. And it's a 14-point game.
Yeah, he's beginning to heat up here, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting to the point where it's going to be hard to stop down the stretch.
And a takeaway by Casey O'Malley. Here comes Evans over to Newbill. Gets it to go. Another basket. And a timeout will be called by Bryan.
Yeah, Prep goes on a nice, basically a 9-3 run here to start the second half. But they've come out swinging in the first couple minutes of this third quarter.
They sure have been, and we'll be right back. We welcome back to the Hyder Center, 39-23. Prep over Omaha Bryan. They're up quite a bit as it was just a 10-point game, and they made it a 7-point game, but ever since, they've really put the spike on the chart.
Yeah, they have. It's now a 16-point game, and Prep's kind of really making Bryan chuck up shots and take really bad looks because if you're Bryan, you kind of have to play fast now. You're behind by 16. Excuse me, it's going to have to take you a little bit to get back in this game.
Tut out to Kwani. He's been busy today. Now back to Tut. It's a 3-point shot. Another big fella. It'll go into the Jays. Amari Bynum, who's 6'4". You notice some of these guys like Kwani, who's 6'7", Amari Bynum, who's 6'4", going up here to make the shots from behind the arc.
Yeah, there's really been no guards that have kind of shot the 3-ball. It's been him and Kwani, and it's kind of surprised me a little bit. I mean, I know Bryan's not really a 3-point shooting team, but
and
I think Rieschel might have gotten away with the travel there.
The people on the Bryan bench were not happy with that. Nonetheless, here's Jungers with an easy basket. He's been getting red hot to start this half.
Yeah, Prep's coming out with that nice little half court traps. Even they force a pass.
Kwani Euro step around to Rieschel, and that ends the scoring drought, 41-25.
Yeah, Prep's stepping on it right now. Bryan needed that from Kwani to end that drought and get back in this game, but it's really not a game right now.
We'll see. Kwani's been the main guy to lead this offense. As Jungers from 3, pure from the near corner by the Prep bench.
Yeah, Jungers is the definition of a stretch forward. 2 guys in front of him, he doesn't care. He'll pull the 3 anyway.
Pretty point totals as he's probably coming up as ball won't go and Evans comes away with it.
Oh, here we go. 2-on-1.
There
Martell
go.
and
Newbill
PJ
gets it to go. Another easy bucket.
The Junior Jays have made this a 21-point game in a matter of a minute.
That's pretty huge after the Bryan called the timeout with a whistle.
Here we have a reach on Casey O'Malley.
Yeah.
Or a block. A blocking foul on Casey O'Malley. I thought he had a little bit of a reach, but
I thought so too. But nonetheless, he'll still stay with Bryan as they're now, as you said, by 21 when it was like a 7-point game just a couple of minutes ago. It's just been erased by people like Jungers, who's been coming basket after basket. That 3-point shot we just had.
Yeah, and they're kind of suffocating the Bryan offense right now. They're making people get.
And Rieschel can't believe it as Amari Bynum goes down to the ground. It'll be called for a foul.
Yeah, I mean that's only his first personal, but I
Mhm.
mean, I'd say that Risho's reaction was justified. He got a little hot after that. Kwani over
Kwani, there he
two
goes.
people, including Jungers,
Yeah.
to get the lay.
We've been saying his name quite a bit. Other than Lon Kwani Mari Bynum, that's been it for the Bears as Martell Evans gets it to go. Now
Makes it a 21-point game again.
London Williams and force a turnover. PJ Newbill with the steal. Out to Ed Heimner. He'll take a three off the mark. But Evans right there to put it back up, and it won't be good, but he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Heimner really wanted that three. Took his time, set his feet, got into his rhythm, just off the mark. But Martell almost with the putback dunk.
Yeah.
But goes up and just draws the foul to shoot two.
Evans won't be able to get the free throw. We've seen kind of too much of that last night against West Side.
Yeah, he's kind of struggled this year from from free throw. He has done a little bit in pregame. He has kind of worked on it. I've seen just before practices trying to just work on his free throws.
And
you can see the disappointment on his face after he misses both of them.
The cheerleaders were saying miss it, and he did.
He missed it.
Yeah. As Lam Kwani, we might need to just tally how many times we say Lam Kwani's name. Jungers for three, just short, rebound, bouncing away, and that is a tough break to have if you're Bryan, as it off the fingertips and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Heimner, I kind of think forced that a little bit, goes up. I think it tipped his hand, and whoever was out on just didn't see it in his chest and let it bounce.
Rischel to inbound over to his buddy Heimner. To Jungers in the lane, working against Kwani and another people, and it will not get it to go, sadly. As Bynum working against Evans, lost control of it.
Yeah,
Now Terrell Brown.
The Bears are kind of getting out in transition a little bit. See if they can catch the Junior J sleeping.
And another whistle will be blown. People like Evans and Rischel still can't believe what's going on, despite being up by like 19.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a bump there. I mean that's just kind of him playing physical, but him and Rischel were trying to double team towards the baseline, see if, because the baseline's another defender, so they were just going to see if they could maybe get a trap. There's great defense by Jungers to knock it out of bounds, but make Bryan inbound again.
Out of bounds to Bryan. Terrell Brown will be inbounding it, and a shot by Amari Brown will not be going as Prep Birdcage, despite being small, we'll call it air ball on him.
And they're going to let him know about that air ball. There's only basically the first row is full today for the Junior Jays, but they let him know.
You should have seen it last night against Westside, despite being not the way they wanted to. They had the Birdcage traveling Birdcage all the way up to the back bleachers as Evans gets the ball to roll in 51-29 or 50-29.
Yeah, Martell, you can see he's playing with a lot more confidence. He's getting out. He's basically kind of picking apart this Bryan defense so he can open up looks for himself and open looks for his teammates.
Ballard out to the outside. Kwani, he'll take another three, a little too strong. And the ball going out of bounds. He'll stay with Bryan. Emmett Knight was there fighting with, I believe, Terrell Brown as well. But we'll be going with Bryan as we've been seeing it all day long. Lam Kwani just from three, from two, from inside the arc, outside the arc. I mean, he's everywhere.
Yeah, he's quite literally everywhere. Perhaps going with, I think, a 2-3 zone. You really don't see this from Coach Ludke a lot, but Bryan's going to call a timeout to see if they can pick this apart, but I think Ludke might go back to the man defense.
39 seconds in the third quarter. We'll be back. We welcome you back to the Hyder Center on this Saturday evening, or afternoon, I should say. Despite 3, 2, 2, 1, nonetheless. We are back. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Prep 50, Bryan 29 as we start. As Ballard will take the inbound. Now over to, I believe, Terrell Brown.
Yeah, I said Prep was gonna. Bryan was gonna try to call timeout because they saw Prep go to the 2-3 zone defense, and I had a feeling Coach Lukey was not gonna hold that shell for long, and he was gonna go back to the man as for sure they do.
Himner was there to knock the ball away. I believe it might have been off his leg, but it will stay with Bryan, and a whistle blown. It might be a foul on Josh Townley, and I believe Lomquani will be going to the line. Yeah, he will.
If I had a dime for every time we said Lomquani, guys, I'd be a millionaire. I'm not going to lie. We've said his name so many times today, and at this point, it's just second nature.
There he is making his free throw. First one to make it back 20-point game, 50-30 with 23 seconds left as Jungers checks back in to make it to most likely end the quarter.
Yeah, him and Townley are kind of interchangeable in a sense. That I mean, Jungers shoots the 3 ball better and kind of runs it better, but when Jungers has some foul trouble, they can go to him. They can go to Townley, and I mean that was kind of evident last night. Townley kind of played some minutes last night, but in the end, didn't really matter for the Junior Jays. They got smoked.
Under 10 seconds, Evans. 3 seconds left. Over to Rischel, long 3, off the mark.
I thought he got it. I think I saw a little bit of a celebration for him that I think he was going to hold, and he was going to get really hype if he made it.
That would have been a
50-31 is our score going into the fourth corner. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Hyder Center. Start of the fourth quarter, Prep with a 19-point lead. Here, it's great to be with you. Alex Jack Holt with you. As fourth quarter gets underway, as Bryan starts off with possession.
Yeah, if you're a Junior J fan, I would not turn off the screen yet. We have had some games where we were up by 15 with going into the fourth quarter. We have almost lost those games,
yeah.
one being Millard West, and I was up here in the booth watching that game, and there's a travel by Jungers.
Violation. That might be one of the steps Bryan might be talking about to maybe pretty much just get back into this game.
Yeah, they gotta find a spark. Someone's gotta come down the floor and hit these shots. I don't know why they're taking their time here. I mean, you got 7 minutes and 30 seconds to get 19 points, but they also have to hold the Junior Jays.
There
on
he is.
The other side of the end.
Lomquani.
Oh
no.
That is not good if you're a Bryan fan. Except he got up on his own.
Yeah, that's true. Quani, he's been a huge pivotal point.
Yeah, they're gonna sub him out here. He does not. I think it's his left, something on his.
I really don't know.
I think it's an ankle. I saw it kind of get something twisted down on the other end of the floor. Is that or a knee? I don't know, but I do hope he's okay. I do hope he's okay.
He's been one heck of a game by Lomquani.
Yeah, I really hope he's okay. It would be awful to lose him down the stretch.
O'Malley pure.
What a three by O'Malley. I mean, comes down, Quaney gets the bucket, and then O'Malley says, "Oh, I got one too," and hits the three.
Now we have to. Your question should be asked: how will this offense or defense do without Lom Quaney in the game? He's been playing almost the entire game, as I believe Terrell Brown goes up for the basket, just won't get him to go. As here's Newbill out to O'Malley, another three off the mark.
I'm looking at Quaney on the bench right now. I mean, he's walking on his own. He looks fine, but he might have just tweaked something a little bit.
I think so too. Athletic trainer Mr. Kleber there to check on him. Good job by Mr. Kleber. Shout out to him. He's been doing this for many years. But as a traveling violation, some Bryan's fans are not happy with that. As turnover goes to Prep, up by 20.
Yeah, these Bryan fans are not liking it one bit. I mean, if I didn't really see a travel there, but I mean, hey, it's not my call, so.
Jungers, Newbill, out to O'Malley. He had a three earlier, and that's the outside. Emmett Knight out to Joey Rischel, then Newbill. Back to Emmett Knight, working against Garrett Ballard. Now, Newbill. Well, they're really pretty taking their time. Rischel, inside corner. And traveling violation will be called. Some Bryan fans are like, finally. that'll be turnover, and maybe, as we said, 5:48. You never know if these can be interesting, but it's going to be really tough to do without Lom Quaney, who's on the bench for right now. It looks,
Yeah, he's still on the bench, but I mean, Bryan's only down by 20. They could get back into this game, but they're going to need a lot of stops on defense. I expect the full court press to come out here in a minute.
Terrell Brown won't get the shot to go, and scooping up is Emmett Knight. Over to O'Malley.
2 on
1. Will he lay down the hammer? No. Gets stripped away by, I believe, Will Kuth there to.
That's a great hustle play.
Yeah.
Came all the way down, basically caught O'Malley down the court and was able to strip it and take away the easy bucket for O'Malley.
Sure has been. Rischel to inbound. Over to Jungers. Straight ahead. 3. In and out. But it's a rebound. Goes to PJ Newbill. Out to O'Malley. Working against somebody. That was Amari Bynum. And he'll get the basket to go.
He was trying to get the charge there.
I know. I saw that too.
Tried to flop it a little bit, but there's no flop warnings in high school basketball. So.
As Newbill 2 on 1. Evans won't lay down the hammer. Jungins there to pick it up, and the whistle blown. I thought at first Martell Evans will just come up and kabam.
I thought we were gonna have a Sports Center top 10 contender here tonight. This evening. So, but it was not. The lob was a little bit behind Martell, but he tried to put it up. But it will actually send Jungers to the line, shoot free throws, and he makes the first one, putting Prep up by 22.
Yep, and that is a great sight to see, as Lom Quaney, who's been a huge pivotal point in this game, getting basket after basket behind the 3 and inside, and he's great to see him back in the game if you're a Bryan fan. Jungers 2 for 2 from the free throw line as we start inbound. Garrett Ballard working against some of the Prep defenders. Now here's O'Malley. Won't get the dunk, but easy layup there to make the easy layup, as Garrett Ballard over to round and a Newbill comes up with the turnover. Here comes O'Malley, another almost a layup. He did go up the layup like last time, but Evans there to easily clean it up.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna have a nice little O'Malley off the backboard and Martell with the jam, but a little bit of jelly, a little jam, but we didn't get it.
Yeah.
So
as we go to the upcoming schedules by both teams, Prep, who doesn't play a home game until the final
2 weeks of their season. I mean, the next home game they have is against one of the best teams in the state, Miller North.
And senior night, Brendan Preisman and Tyler Reedy will be on that call. But right here, They'll go to Papio South. They'll go to Bellevue West.
And the Thunderdome, that's a hostile environment to play in. We played there during football season, and
That's
oh
tight.
boy, did it get loud. But in that gym, it's going to be a lot louder. And the Birdcage will show out, and their student section will shout. It'll be a great game.
As for Bryan, they'll play on Tuesday a Class A, Class B matchup with Mount Michael, and then going to Papio, Pavilion La Vista, and then on Friday, and then immediately hit the road to go to Grand Island to take on Grand Island Islanders led by Isaac Trout. But back here, 61 to 33, 4:28 left. It's been quite a fun afternoon to be with you guys today as we start things off again. London Williams out to I believe Lomquani, who's got double teamed by first in the corner, but able to get it out to the inside. Amari Bynum won't get the basket. Rebound by Himner.
Yeah, I'm just glad we got Quani. We get to see Quani back in this game. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, he's been a huge pivotal point for Bryan, as without him it would be, I don't know how the score would be without him. Himner.
Yeah, I think Prep's going to play a little bit of keep away here, but they are almost up 30, so I kind of expect a little bit of keep away here from Coach Lukey, with maybe after a couple more possessions for both teams. I think Coach Lukey's going to play just kind of keep away from Bryan.
Now here is Evans. He missed 2 free throws earlier, but able to redeem himself there.
Yeah, I said it earlier. He's got to pick it up for the free throws. He works on it a lot during his free periods during school, and he actually does work on it a lot during pregame. I saw him today shooting before the game, and he was working on his free throws.
That won't get it to go, however.
And you could see the disappointment on his face. He's trying to go 2 for 2, but he just couldn't. You could see that he's frustrated with himself as well.
Now here's a 3-pointer, in and out. But looks like it got bounced back in. I believe Lomquani and other guys like Amari Bynum there just it goes back into the basket. Himner thought about it, and will go inside the hoop. Won't get to go rebound by Quani.
Yeah, he's been when he shoots the ball this year, it kind of feels like there's a lid on the rim whenever he shoots. He just hasn't hit a lot of shots, and you can tell he's kind of frustrated.
Quani
from the corner
off
doesn't get it
the
to
mark. Some Bryan fans would really liked him having the 3-pointer get him to go after being going out after being a little hobbled, and now going back. We got some of the fans here are really loving how
Bryan's not playing with a lot of urgency.
Yeah.
One of the fans just said that they can still talk and they can still run. They don't need to roll over and die here. And
some of them are happy after that as the ball goes out of bounds. Bryan ball.
Yeah, that made me and Alex laugh a little bit. That's
they've always, some fans, some we listen to, that we're always behind some of the visiting fans, and we've always been having good words with them as well. So compliments and some funny stuff they've been as we've been heard. As a foul will be called on Josh Townley, and that will send Amari Bynum to the line.
Yeah.
And for some of the scrubs are about ready to come in. Jackson Dasher and Ashton Zabka.
Yeah, kind of end of the bench guys that don't get to play a whole lot, but it's good to see him out on the floor here trying to run the offense.
Sure has. Dasher, Newbill, now Sudbeck. Back to Dasher. Clock ticking away. 2 minutes, about approaching 2 minutes. Sudbeck.
I think they're just gonna try to play keep, run kind of a wheel offense. I think they're just taking a timeout for a sub.
Yeah. As Owen Shakowski will be coming into the game as well, in for PJ Newbill.
Yeah, Coach Lukey's just trying to get some of his guys some playing time and some reps because they're hard work in practice. These are the guys that kind of run the scout team every week, trying to improve this Creighton Prep offense, and it's good to see him on the floor.
Shakowski, who had a 3-pointer as time expired against Westside, but sadly, it was long overdue to make some of those points. As we go back here, Shakowski, Townley, Dasher. Back to Townley. He'll take a 3. Oh, pure!
The big
Josh
man
Townley.
can shoot.
Oh, man. We've seen many three-pointers that get thrown up by Josh Townley, and it's not all of them been going up, but there's one right there. Huge, great to see that. As
it's good. It's great to see. He can shoot, but he doesn't shoot as well as some other guys on the team. But give him a look like that, and he'll take it all day.
Here's a 3 that's short by Amari Bynum. Zabka approaching a minute left to go. Dasher, Sudbeck goes inside and gets the basket to go. And there'll be a substitution. Grong Mationg will be coming into the game. So pretty much almost all the scrubs will be coming in to finish this game out with a minute here to go.
Yeah, the junior Jays have played great today. It's good to see them play with confidence, though. They just looked like yesterday. They just looked flat through the whole game. They had a little bit of energy. Jungers got an early and 1 in that game last night. But other than that, there was really no moments that stood out for the junior Jays.
Just under a minute to go. Looks like we'll start off and swiped away. Jackson Dasher over to Mationg, trying to get the basket to go. Won't get it, unfortunately. Some of Bryan's backups have come into the game. A launch 3 off the mark. Believe Wolkuth was there to make the shot, or to try the shot. His own Shakowski hit a 3 earlier against Westside, and now here he is making a 3 late in the game.
Yeah, Prep's big men can shoot. Like, it's so fun to see big men shoot. Dasher with the pickpocket.
Oh, here he goes. Here goes Mationg. Oh, off the mark. Chasser off the mark. 5 seconds to go. Able to make it back in. And that is how this game will end unless this makes it.
Oh, in and out.
In and out. That would have been huge to have it going in. But nonetheless, Prep dominantly winning handily here today. 72-35. As we said, the next home game won't be until Midland North, but
till February.
Nonetheless, hopefully February. Nonetheless, we will be back. It was great to be broadcasting. And any last words, Jack?
No, I mean, it was a great game, great confidence game for the Junior Jays to build back up their confidence, and they're going to need it over these next couple of weeks. So for Alex Tejan and Jack